That's what that is. Well, immigration bankrupt America. Check this out.
We have this international crisis that really requires federal intervention that local government is being asked to subsidize. Local government is not designed or built to handle such a crisis.
Definitely both a humanitarian crisis for the migrants that are arriving, and it is creating a fiscal crisis for the city.
I don't see an ending to this. This issue will destroy New York City.
The present migrant crisis is quite unprecedented, both in scale, in the diversity of the nationalities that are coming to the border, and the impact it's having not only on the border states, but in the states and cities inside the country.
I think it's at this point politically unsustainable for the Biden administration to maintain this unlimited flow into what's essentially a welfare state network of cities like New York and Denver and Chicago.
So how long can cities withstand the recent surge of migrants? And what do they need to end the crisis?
The ongoing migrant crisis is unprecedented both in scale and the impact it's had beyond the border states to cities located deep within the country. Major cities like New York, Denver, and Chicago are finding themselves under extreme financial pressure, exacerbated by the lack of federal funding or assistance. So, just how long can these cities withstand the recent surge of migrants, and what do they need to end the crisis? As of January 2024, there have been more than 7.2 million migrants who've illegally crossed into the U.S. over the southwest border during President Biden's administration. This number, 7.2 million, exceeds the individual populations of 36 U.S. states. So it's 36 states that ain't got 7 million people. That's a lot of people.
And crime is getting ridiculous.
Illegal migration costs the American taxpayer approximately $132 billion annually and could exceed $200 billion by 2025. President Donald Trump claimed during a rally in Cleveland, Ohio, that illegal immigrants cost the U.S. more than $100 billion a year. Illegal immigrants also add a burden to the country as they use resources and they don't pay taxes. And their wages go to their home country, wherever that is. These cities gonna fall.
It's
man.
Crazy. There already are. There was last week a nursing student at USC. I believe it was USC, but she went to go and jog before classes in the morning. She ended up getting murdered. Turned out the guy that killed her was from Venezuela, had crossed over into the United States via El Paso, a while ago. There was also a situation where a 16-year-old was killed. Her mama found her in the bathtub. Right. Her mother's only child. She was also killed by someone that crossed over into the country. Times Square, almost daily, they're having to try to arrest some of them because they're attacking people in Times Square on a daily basis. So at some point, you're going to have to get control of these borders because now they're coming over here and they're creating chaos and they're murdering people.
Robbing people, murdering people, all kind of shit. These cities are going to fall, and these people going to own that city in another year or two. Denver, Chicago, New York. They'll be spreading to your place. They will be spreading to a city near you. See, white folk think that this shit just going to happen in the black neighborhoods. It's coming to a city near you, too. You just can't support 7 million people like that. And New York already said they going bankrupt. Chicago, you want to be a sanctuary city? Nigga gonna find out if you about that life, all right? It's only gonna get worse. We don't correct it. The cops don't correct it. The politicians don't correct it. We all gonna be up Schitt's Creek without a paddle. You can mark my words on that. It's only gonna get worse. The migrants are shooting, robbing, and gangbanging, and we should have known this was coming. But Democrats are up to something. The illegals are causing the crime rate to go up. They scream about black-on-black crime, but what about this Mexican-on-Mexican crime? Crime is predicated on proximity. You do dirt where you live. The illegals have basically started stealing to provide for their needs. They have become desperate, and for some, it's become a do-or-die situation. So now the illegals, again, 7 million to be exact, that's a lot of immigrants, have to be fed, housed, and taken care of, all by your tax dollar, though you don't want to give me no reparations, okay? The government can't account for the billions of dollars it sent to Ukraine. The IRS can't account for the trillions of dollars that America ships around the globe. Yet, let the IRS come to you and you don't know where you spent $5.32 3 years ago, your ass is going to jail.
And they targeted one group of illegals that were going from Florida to New York to do their crimes and then going back to Florida.
Yep.
And
because in New York they don't get arrested.
Exactly.
And that's why they're doing that. And you were saying?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say, and that's what they told them. The reasoning why they did that is because you know in New York, they'll arrest them, but then they don't charge them. Yep. They just let them go and release them back into
catch and release, like going damn fishing. These people have set up prostitution, selling ass all up and down New York. Okay. They going in stores, shoplifting. They stealing the products from the stores. Then they trying to resell them to you back out on the street. They fighting the cops. They getting debit cards. They stabbing each other at the migrant centers, fam. The shelters that Americans can't get in.
And then when the police officers go into the shelters to try to arrest the perpetrators, the rest of them start attacking the police officers.
Now, what would happen if your black ass went and attacked the police? Your ass get laid down, and you already know that.
And they don't use pepper spray on them. They don't use stun guns. They don't use the real guns. They pull out these little skinny batons.
Yeah.
And really, they don't use those either because the videos that I saw, they didn't even hit anybody with those.
Sure didn't.
They were just enduring the licks that these people was putting on them. And I'm thinking, you know, they get way more privileges for being somebody that shouldn't even be in this country than the people that live here.
Yeah. And
it's just ridiculous.
They said that the $145 million allotted to New York City is less than 10% of what the city spent on migrant services in 2023. Almost 40% of the homeless population are black people in this country. A lot of them are veterans and can't go to any of these shelters to get any kind of help, man.
Well, one thing is assured, these mayors of these cities that New York, Denver, Chicago, these sanctuary cities, they probably can kiss the next campaign goodbye. Don't even waste their time.
Check out this veteran right here.
Okay, so it's been reported that New York City mayor is planning on giving illegal immigrants a debit card with $10,000 on it. Now, this really bothers me because I'm a disabled veteran who fought for my country. I have an implant in my left eye. I have chronic PTSD. I got degenerative disc disease in my back, tinnitus in both ears, hearing loss in one. I'm legally blind in my left eye now. And I have to fight tooth and nail to get anything from the VA as far as disability goes. Right now I'm getting $170 a month, and I've been battling to get the increase and get the money I deserve, but I gotta jump through hoops. I gotta do this, do that, travel 300 miles to go to a CMP exam just to get the money I'm owed. And they're gonna give these illegal immigrants all this money for nothing. You're spitting in the face of the people who fought for this country, and the people who built this country, the people who paved the way for this country. This is sad.
Yeah, that's how you treat your veterans. Then you wonder why military recruitment is down. Okay, they getting scooters. Where the hell they getting these scooters from? They doing DoorDash and some more shit.
And then you have these cities that say they don't have funding to keep certain programs open for their citizens. They close these buildings down. Yet they've reopened them all of a sudden for places for these migrants to live.
They running around shooting tourists, and overnight they've built shelters. They've opened abandoned buildings like Jackie just told you, giving them money and resources, all the things that they would not do for the American taxpayer. So as you see, America could have solved the homeless problem years ago, huh? Mm-hmm. See, they say the thing about that is that if they solve the homeless problem, then the people who have charities and foundations dealing with the homeless would be out of a job. All it is moving money around. So if I have a foundation to help the homeless and I fill out the paperwork to get a grant or whatever, and you give me a grant, I got to kick back some of that to you or hire one of your relatives or some bullshit like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay? Just like pharmaceuticals. The money is in the treatment, not the cure.
There you go. So again, they could have been solved the homeless problem, fam. You see what they doing for these people. These people are violent. And when it comes to a veteran, he's worked hard, fought for this country, done screwed their life and up, then probably disabled and got PTSD. Mm-hmm. Again, fought for this country. Now they homeless and, it's violent. When the wintertime comes, they have to risk freezing to death or can't get any food from the food pantry, things of that nature, because all the migrants have come and taken them. So now the veterans are starving.
And just like New York, their people this year are going to lose jobs because they're going to have to cut out a lot of their programs. They're going to reduce a lot of their workforce. These people are going to become unemployed, and it's all because of the money that's going towards the migrants. Exactly. This is ridiculous. I mean, you're displacing your own people because of these people that are illegally coming into this country. Yeah. You cannot tell me that all of these people that are coming into this country that allegedly are seeking asylum because they feel threatened in their countries.
All
That's
these
a bunch
criminals
of BS.
Coming up in here, mine. Exactly. Like the dude told me, you stupid because you don't know who I am. The terrorist guy. All these people are flooding up in here.
And we don't know who have COVID or any other kind of disease. Not only are the criminals, what else are they bringing up in here?
What else are they doing with the prostitution and the crime rings where they going into these stores stealing shit? Then when they do arrest you, they let you go because them other cats that was in Times Square, they just took them down and released them like we said earlier. And then they got caught a week later down in Arizona on that bullshit. You remember the black guy who jumped over the judge's bench to attack the judge?
Yes.
They trying to get him for attempted murder. He didn't have a weapon or none of that shit. Now, it could be called aggravated assault because the judge didn't even go to the hospital because she didn't suffer no injuries. But they're going to charge the black dude with attempted murder.
Did. One of the officers.
That's his job.
One of the officers went to the hospital.
Such an injustice in abusing the power and authority of the criminal justice system. But now you got 14 illegals. They ain't got no papers. They not here legally. Jumped on the police and left unscathed. Nobody had no hot bullets in their ass. Nobody was beat up. Nobody was tased. None of the shit the police do to us and people in America. None of that. Shit happened to them, and they booked them and then let them go. Mm-hmm. And America has watched little black boys. I don't know if you ever recall the story of the little black kid. I think he was 15 or 16 or something. Kid got life for shooting a police dog. Wow. Okay. But these people, they can jump the police, get booked, and then be let go. Mm-hmm. Now you got to ask yourself the question, why is this happening? And what are they hoping to gain from it? The Democrats are letting these people in because in a generation, they want these people to be loyal to the Democratic Party. They trying to get rid of your ass, black person. They no longer need your vote. They ain't got to do shit for you anymore. These people don't understand our fight. They don't understand what we've went through in this country to come in here and get all these benefits and resources and shit. Do you know that if these people have a work visa, they can become police officers? Who you think they're going to be targeted? They can join the military. America ain't this stupid on purpose. They just like creating a problem and offering you a solution to get you to do what it is they wanted your ass to do in the first place, man. Huge security brief. That's why everybody waiting on Trump to get up in there to fix it.
And he most definitely will try to fix it because he was so adamant the last time that he got a little beside himself and said he was going to put the wall around Colorado.
Yeah.
That's how serious Trump was.
Yeah. Y'all don't think that it's people using this opportunity to come into this country with all this war going on and all the things going on around us, that they're not using this as an opportunity to bring their ass up in here, scoot around everybody else. Because if I was going to attack my enemy, I would definitely come through the border with the migrants. Because you don't know who the hell you letting in here. These people ain't got a court date until 2027, 2028. A lot of military-age men that are coming in here. Sleeper cells is what people are calling them. Gang members and military-age men. Where are the families? You said it's families seeking asylum. All we seeing is a gang of hard legs. Okay? They say the government just looking for cheap labor. But these sleeper cells going to be sitting around here just waiting for some shit to jump off.
Yeah, because there's one guy, he owned a lot of buildings. And he have all of a sudden allowed migrants to move into several of his buildings. And then he also showed in the same video how he claimed that he has hired some of them to work. They don't even have visas yet. So how are you hiring these people to work?
Yeah. And then black people want to kumbaya with these people. Oh, let the people in. Nigga, they coming to take your shit. You can't be that stupid. These people ain't coming here to hold hands with you and sing kumbaya. It's desperate in their country. These niggas make 50 cents a day. So if they was to make $5-6 an hour, that would be a boom for them.
Yep, and no benefits.
And you niggas sit up here, well, you should let them in. And, you know, they just looking for asylum. Nigga, they coming to take your shit. Look in California. Them Mexicans start coming up in the black community, firebombing people's houses, assaulting black people, and done ran you out of your community. If you from California, put in the comments. You know better than I know. I just know what I've seen on TV and what I read. They done took over the parks, the rec centers, the schools. They done took over everything in your community because you wanted to let them in, thinking these people were going to come here and be in solidarity with your ass. And white folks, you ain't far behind. You're not far behind. They just can't come into the black parts of town and just take over their shit. They coming to get yours too. Who houses do you think they robbing? When they breaking in these homes and whatnot, whose houses do you think they going into? They coming into your shit. And they gonna open up shelters and some more stuff in your area, in your community, and let them in there as well.
And then you have all these pregnant women that are coming in.
Yep.
That are
Anchor
having babies, and these babies are born in the United States, so these babies are now United States citizens, and so that is by design as well.
Yeah. These gangs are recruiting at the shelters and joining the bigger game, MS-13. You know they got a new gang here now, too.
Yeah.
Okay. Crips and Bloods, when y'all gonna wake up and come together? When I find out that the enemy of my enemy is my friend, okay? You people just don't get it. You out here killing each other. You killing soldiers, bruh. That these people would be helping you fight them. When y'all gonna come together? These Mexican gangs are coming together to take your shit, and you niggas are still fighting each other. Stupid. When you gonna wake up, fam, and realize that the gangbanging shit of yesteryear is gone? It's a new war today.
Gang culture is stupid. Being a gang member is dumb. Because the whole point of your gang is to kill your own people, steal from your own people, destroy your own community. It's stupid. And you're doing it all over a street corner that you claim but don't own. You're doing it over colors. Make it make sense. It doesn't make sense. And then y'all go to jail talking about, oh, free the homie. But no, keep him. Your homie just killed 3 kids for no reason because he wanted stripes in his hood. He wanted respect from his homies. First of all, that's gay. Second of all, that's dumb. And most of y'all be broke. I can understand if you're a gang member who is the CEO of Apple or who's curing cancer, but no, you're a broke gang. It's dumb. It's stupid.
These immigrants coming in here taking over. And they done took over other neighborhoods in California that used to be black folks. Y'all fighting each other. Getting ran out your own community. These people getting together to come after your ass because they going to come and get the Crips. They going to come get the Bloods. Crips and Bloods still fighting each other.
It's getting scary how many of these people just every day.
Yeah.
Every day they're flooding these borders.
Flooding the borders.
Thousands and thousands daily.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, it's crazy.
And
after a while, it's going to be more of them in the United States than it is United States citizens.
That part. And then they got facial recognition. They can't recognize them because them people ain't never been here. Did the name they give you, is that really their name? You don't know shit about these people. That ain't their real name. You can't trace these people. Just out here committing crimes, fam. This should make you understand how much information on you they have in these systems, man. They can track your black ass.
It's scary.
They pull you up for crimes you didn't even commit because you look like another nigga. Okay? A lot of Chinese rolling up in here. They don't like your black ass either.
That's what happened with that guy that I was saying that killed that nursing student. They had his brother jacked up because his brother fit the description. His brother worked at the university. And then it turned out wasn't him. It was the brother who had came in illegally.
There you go. There you go. And you think that the shit ain't gonna hit the fan around here. Okay? And y'all need to start getting ready, man. You need to start getting ready. Shit gonna hit the fan. You letting in too many people. How many of y'all think your lights are gonna always be on? Water gonna always come out the faucet. Your internet is gonna always work. Or that your cell phone will always work. You see what just happened with
AT&T?
There you go. You think it's always going to be food at the grocery store. And when it all goes down, what do you think going to happen? People going to start coming for your shit. Your generator, your food. You ain't got no way to protect yourself or whatever. When shit go down, the police ain't coming. Ain't no help coming. You think the migrants are bad now. It's going to really be horrible if China or Russia or somebody attacks the grid. And you need to get your shit together. At what point are black people going to come together? Here's a joke that Bernie Mac said on a show one time before he walked off stage. He was talking to a buddy of his, he said the guy told him, well, Mac, you ain't going to get into heaven. Your ass going straight to hell. He said, well, I probably am, but is there any way I could get into heaven? He said, yeah, the only way you can get into heaven is to ask Jesus a question he can't answer. So Mac said he thought about it. Then when he died, he said he went up to Jesus, and Jesus said, Bernie Mac, what you doing here? You know, ain't no way in hell you getting up in here. Ain't no way in hell you going through the gates. He said, yeah, I know. He said, but let me ask you one question. So he went up, whispered in Jesus' ear, said Jesus thought about it. Then said, okay, go on in. Said his buddy ran up behind him because he had died too. He said, well, Jesus, what question did he ask you? He said, well, he finally asked me a question that I couldn't answer. He said, when are black people going to come together? And he walked off stage. Now, when it comes to prepping, because this is what I'm talking about, like when shit hits the fan and the power goes out, this, that, and the third, they say you should have a go bag or whatnot. People have become deeply reliant on their cell phones, as we saw last week with AT&T, for keeping in touch with work and family, getting directions, accessing the internet, and doing two-factor authentication, not to mention more serious tasks like calling for help in danger. Now, the preppers say that you should have a go bag and to stock up on supplies in the event that things go south. But if shit hits the fan, where you going to bug out to if they bombing all over the damn place?
Most people, preppers have shelters. They have bomb shelters.
Bunkers and whatnot, yeah.
Yep, bunkers, bomb shelters.
But where are you going to bug out to if you don't have a damn bunker? All right? And what could you do about it anyway? Here's a young lady I came across on TikTok because I always thought that, well, damn, if I was to bug out, where would I go? Let her explain it to you. Check it out.
So can we talk about all the people that you see on like this app that are talking about, oh, you know, pay attention, the world is going to end. Yeah, the stuff is happening, but I don't think the world's going to end. You need to stock up. You need to have a year worth of food. You got your bug out bag. Baby, where you going to bug out to? If they start bombing America, or if the zombie apocalypse breaks out and some man-made food starts making people eat brains, where you going to bug out to is my question. Where you and your bag going to go? And two, who the hell want to survive an apocalyptic type event? If the world is a dumpster fire, why would you want to survive it? Let me go and reincarnate back on a planet where I don't have to pay for natural resources, okay? Let me go and reincarnate on a planet where I'm blue and I'm 6'7" or 7'2" and I look like an avatar and I live in the beautiful water and it's peaceful and I can ride on the backs of animals. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be and try to survive like, oh, y'all talking about we got a year's worth of food and you got a stockpile. For what? For what? So the crazy people who will love to be an apocalyptic so they can just be their psychotic selves and kill and maim and like steal. Baby, most of y'all gonna die. Okay? All that prepping you doing, most of y'all gonna end up dying. It's fact. I love a good post-apocalyptic, show. Walking Dead, all that. I am here for it. And the one thing I have learned is I don't want to be in it. I don't want to survive that. Why would I? Why? And why would I spend all my money right now buying up a whole bunch of food and bug out bags? Baby, I'm finna live my life to the fullest. You understand? I'm finna see what I need to see and travel and love and enjoy and eat what I need to eat right now. Because if the world is going to shit, I can't change it. If these powers that be decide to bomb and all this stuff, what am I going to do about it? Nothing. Nothing. So y'all can miss me with that fear mongering, telling me I need to go get out. I'm not doing it. I'm not bugging out nowhere. But where you gonna bug to? Nowhere. Gonna get your ass murked is what's gonna happen.
So yeah, where would you go if you did have a bug out bag and you were trying to get away from things? You ain't rich. You ain't a millionaire. You ain't got no $10,000, $100,000 bunker in your backyard that you could go into. So when shit start hitting the fan, where would you go? What would you do? So put that down in the comments. What would you do if shit went horribly wrong? Entertainment report?
Yeah.
Time now for your pushgapradios.com Jackie O entertainment report.